3, 2, 1. Off you go, Melanie.
Spice up your life, Melanie.
Come on, Melanie. Look at there we go. That's the kit that Melanie C has gone for. Beautiful kit there. And there's the power she's putting out. Great picture-in-picture shot of Melanie C there. Just under 300 watts. She's looking good, isn't she?
She's looking very, very good. She looks calm. She looks poised. I think she's in good form.
It's this thing.
I mean, how would you approach a circuit like this, Romesh? You said you've got a bike. You've ridden a little bit in the past. How would you pace it?
Well, my first strategy would try and call in sick, if I can. But then if I was then forced to get involved, I would go very, very slow early doors just to sort of ascertain what job I've got later on in the race. That would kind of be my approach, Matt.
Well, thank you very much indeed. We've got around 10 seconds or so now before Maro Itoje, the rugby player, comes out. He is exceptionally powerful.
Well, I haven't. I was going to ask you, actually, how often do these rides through the centre of the volcano happen? I wasn't aware that was part of the sport.
They actually will pass through later on. They'll go over the top of the volcano, then pass back through the centre. And this is a battle that we're having at the sharp end of the race. Melanie C on the left-hand side, Team Sporty. I'm going to say it now. I'm going to lay my cards on the table. Always been my favourite Spice Girl. She's looking great. Look at that, Team Sporty. Big salute there. And Kirsty Gallagher on the right-hand side. Not much between these riders. In fact, Romesh, there's only 6 seconds between Melanie C and Kirsty Gallagher at the moment.
Yeah, well, I'm still reeling, Matt, from your blatant attempt to suck up to Mel C there. That was pretty shameless, mate. I'm
sorry about that, bud. I mean, a big fan of Kirsty Gallagher as well, but great to see that battle there. Very, very close indeed. Only 5 seconds between Melanie Chisholm and Kirsty Gallagher, but still an amazing rider by the Manchester in England captain, Steph Horton, out in front on her own. Absolutely superb. Let's go a bit way back through. Let's see how KP is getting on at the moment. He's at 3 minutes and 7 seconds. And as we know, Romesh, KP has already got the champagne and ice. That, to me, is a statement and a half.
Well, listen, KP has been training for a long time for this. I mean, he's been involved in the organisation of this. A part of that is to shower himself.
This is coming to now. Steph Horton still out in front, but she only has an 8-second lead over Melanie C. Lee Westwood is moved into third place. KP there with that little rhino emoji, 53 seconds adrift. This is absolutely fascinating. Chris Froome now only 1 minute and 50 seconds. Romesh, they couldn't have done the handicapping better here. This is really coming together nicely, isn't it?
No, it's absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's very nervy stuff, and I'm just waiting for my tip Darren Goff to make his move here. I think it's getting to about that time, and I think he's going to step up, move through the gears, and take the rest of the riders out.
Well, Mel C, it looks like she's moved to the front now. Melanie C, well, she's overtaken Steph Horton. Game riding, though, by Steph Horton, but we're on the plateau. This is the top of the volcano. They'll then do a little loop around the top of the volcano and head back down in the same direction. And at that point, Romesh, they may actually see the riders coming up the climb. So Melanie C could come face to face with Chris Froome. You couldn't make it up.
Well, I think Mel C riding on the crest of the wave of energy she's been given by your obvious bias, Matt, and I think she's riding that all the way past Steph there.
She certainly was. She flew past Steph on the climb there. An incredible 237 watts. She's coming towards the top of the climb. This is a superb performance here. I'm wondering what she's had as a pre-race meal, because I know and I've heard on the grapevine that Darren Goff has got a Frey Bentos meat pie in the oven for the last 5 kilometres, Romesh.
Well, I've heard that during the hill climb, Goffey's planning on tucking into that just to give him the energy he requires to get him through the final section of the race. So very excited about seeing him cross the finishing line, tucking into that pastry.
Yes, let's hope it's a very, very good quality. Let's hope it's a short cross rather than a fluffy pastry that could wreak havoc with his breathing. But this is a great shot here. Mel C coming round the top of the climb, still tapping out 177 watts. This is a quite remarkable performance. But behind her, it's really closing up. Kevin Peterson now has moved into third place, only 36 seconds adrift. Then we have Chris Froome. Only Cool Puncher is out of the race. A big, big shame that we won't see the world's wizard in the finale. But the 3 riders that are definitely in with a shout of winning at the race are Melanie Chisholm. She has only 5.5 seconds over Peterson, I think, has attacked Froome. Peterson has gone on the offensive, Romesh.
This is incredible stuff. I cannot believe what we're seeing here. Is this really happening, Matt?
I
Kevin
don't know.
Peterson has stepped it up. I mean, it's not really happening. It's virtual, isn't it? But you know what I mean.
It's a kind of a weird paradox. It's real, but it's virtual at the same time. There's been nothing like this on Sky Sports before in history. A Spice Girl out in front, 2 kilometres to go. Get your hands together for Melanie C. She's only got a slender lead, 5 seconds over a flying Kevin Peterson. Chris Froome, a further 1.9 seconds behind. Is it all going to come together? Only time will tell.
But who knows? The only question left now is when will Darren Goff make his move? That is the big question here.
Well, Darren Goff is he's a couple of minutes back, but you never know. All it needs is another munch on that pie and a big surge on the pedal. He's a strong lad. He could kind of catapult himself back into contention. But it looks as if Kevin Peterson, for the very first time, has got Melanie C in his sights. 3.6 seconds behind. 1,400 metres to go, Romesh.
Oh, it looks like Kevin Peterson really wants to overtake Mel. I messed that up, but you get the idea.
That was a lovely bit of shoehorning, some of the finest shoehorning I've ever experienced in my short 3 years of broadcast. But look at this lovely shot here, just going over the water. They'll be soon heading back into town. But Peterson is he's not taking any prisoners at all as he reels back in the flying Spice Girl, heading into the last 1,400 metres. The big question, what's happened to Chris Froome? He's 4 seconds adrift of these two.
This is incredible stuff. Kevin Peterson, my prediction is if he wins this, he will be unbearable. This doesn't even bear thinking about. A Peterson victory for the rest of the group is absolutely unacceptable.
Well, he's an advocate for the welfare of conservation of endangered animals in South Africa. That's because we've got the rhino emoticon there. But what's he going to do here? Is he going to play fair? 1 kilometre to go. Froome back in the mix. Another little bit of a drag. Peterson, Chisholm, Froome, Chisholm, Peterson. Who is it going to be? We've got 920 metres to go. Froome goes over the top, Romesh.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible stuff.
Well, Froome has taken a flight, goes straight over the top of Kevin Peterson. Has Froome gone too early? It's a bit of the downhill section. Then for the last 400 metres, the road just picks up all the way to the finish line in about 100 metres time, Romesh. Chris Froome will be able to see the line, but has he gone too early? Peterson at 4 seconds, Melanie C at 5. It looks like Froome has got this in the bag.
Has Darren Goff left it too late? I think he might have done.
Well, Goffey is definitely out of the mix here, but Froome looks as if he's going to take this. But he left it very late indeed. 300 metres now. Rubbish. Take it through to the finish, mate. What a spectacle this has been.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Matt and myself both almost had him written off, but he has planned his move perfectly, and here he comes, unless something remarkable happens, riding his way to victory.
Well, Chris Froome now takes the win in the race across the line, but it's the battle for the silver and bronze. It looks like Peterson's just going to roll Melanie C on the line. Peterson takes silver, Melanie C in the second position.